What's up, home bartenders? Have you ever had a sparkling martini? Well, neither have I, so we're gonna try it today. Now, we're not just going to add some soda or something to a martini. We're going to carbonate the martini itself using a whipped cream siphon. We've done this before. You can check out some videos. We carbonated a Negroni, we carbonated a sort of rum and coke old fashioned. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a martini and then we're going to infuse it with CO2 to carbonate the liquid itself. So we're not adding water, we're adding gas in the form of CO2 to carbonate it. And like I said, I've tried this before, and usually what that does, it makes it very drinkable. So I'm actually gonna make the James Bond Vesper Martini because I tried it recently and it was really good. How does that go again?
3 measures of Gordon's, 1 of vodka, half a measure of quinoa lily, shake it over rice, and then add a thin slice of lemon peel.
So, and any excuse to use my homemade quinoa lily, I'll use it. All right, so let's start with 3 ounces, crazy, of gin. I mean, you could simply do like half the drink, because this 3 measures just means three parts. So you could do 1.5 ounces of gin, then half an ounce of vodka, and then 1/4 ounce of quinoa. Make sure my measurements make sense. 1.5 ounces, and then there's another 1.5 ounces of gin. 1 ounce of vodka. I'm using Dillon's Gin and Vodka today. It's a local distillery here in Ontario, Canada, and they make great products. Not just spirits, but they do a bunch of liqueurs, vermouths, things like that. And then half an ounce of quinoa lily. So this is a discontinued liqueur. I made my own based on, research made of a recipe that I found. I really like it. Here's your half ounce of quinoa. Okay, so normally this is where we would put ice in our mixing glass, give it a really good mix to chill and dilute, and then serve. But we're not gonna do that. We are going to put it into a whipped cream siphon. Make sure if it's recently been used to make whipped cream, you clean it properly. And I want a cream flavored martini. We're then going to put the lid on, make sure that little plastic seal is in there. Really tight. Remember, CO2 cartridge, not nitrous. Nitrous is what gives you foam to make whipped cream. CO2 is what gives you bubbles to make soda. Okay, so now what we have to do is give it a good shake. This doesn't have, you don't have to do a crazy shake, although last time someone wanted me to do crazy shake. I don't know why, seems weird. Now, what we did last time for like the rum and coke with the Negroni is we then poured it into a glass with some ice, gave it a quick stir, and enjoyed. However, this is meant to be served up, so I don't want to put it over ice. So we're gonna stick this in the fridge for maybe 30 minutes. We'll get back to it and serve it up.
A few moments later.
Okay, it's been a while. Important thing now is to release the gas. So slowly pull that trigger. That's what you're pressing if you're dispensing whipped cream. Just getting rid of the excess. Go. Now we can open. And serve. The sparkling Vesper Martini. That's interesting. The only thing I would say with this one is I'm expecting it to be sweet, and it's not. Like those bubbles, that's why they make it so drinkable. It really tones down the harshness of the alcohol. That's why with the old fashioned, with the Negroni, I was able to chug it. This one is not my favorite of all the carbonated cocktails I've made. You know what it is? Because it tastes, because of the lemon and the citrus notes from the gin and the Lillet, the wine notes from the Lillet, it has almost like a 7-Up Sprite flavor, and with the bubbles, it gives it like it really gives strong 7-Up Sprite vibes, but then there's no sweetness. So my mind is expecting sweetness and it's not there. It certainly is drinkable. I think I prefer a classic non-carbonated martini. Not as cold as it could have been. I could have left it in the fridge for another hour. But you know, hey, I gotta film these things, right? I can't take all day. But yeah, of all the experiments I've done with carbonating, this is probably my least exciting one, but still fun. Cheers, everyone. Guys, if you like this, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you're notified when we release new content, and don't forget to check out our other playlists. We have a whole playlist of fun experiments that we've done with booze. Click that playlist right here, or if you want to see other gin cocktails, hey, you can click this playlist right here. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.